Jeff Wright loved the outdoors, especially duck hunting, catching redfish, and interacting with his dogs. In South Louisiana, spending time in the woods or on the water was nothing unusual. But for a creative advertising executive, it was a bit out of the ordinary. But then again, that was Jeff Wright.
Now, in fact, I remember one Saturday morning, Jeff showing up at a crisis communications meeting dressed in camouflage. He'd just left his duck hunting blind. And that's how dedicated he was to any kind of client situation.
Jeff later admitted he showed up that morning due in part because they had already limited out on ducks. Jeff enjoyed our sportsman's paradise as much as he enjoyed interacting with clients, something that came easy with Jeff.
Jeff had great soft skills. He wasn't trying to impress you. He wasn't trying to make you like him. You just liked him.
Jeff realized at an early age that he would have to lean on his soft skills rather than his math skills in finding a career.
We were freshmen living in a freshman dorm at LSU, and Jeff was very strategic about how he selected this particular major. It wasn't something that ran in the family. He didn't, to the best of my knowledge, really have any friends or acquaintances in this particular business. But what he didn't want was a degree that had a lot of math in it. And so literally, he picked journalism as a meaningful degree, flipping through the LSU catalog, finding the most meaningful degree that had the least amount of math.
After graduating from the Manship School in 1982, Jeff worked as a sales rep for Louisiana Life magazine. He also worked at several ad agencies before landing an account representative position with the Graham Group out of Lafayette, Louisiana.
First time I met Jeff was in 1989. It was an interview for a position as an account supervisor at the Graham Group. It took me about 5 minutes, and I knew that he would have a long future and relationship with me, and it has turned out to be just that.
After 16 successful years with the Graham Group, he teamed up with Stuart Feigley and began Wright Feigley Communications in Baton Rouge. The successful advertising, marketing, and PR agency worked with such notable clients as BASF, Campus Federal Credit Union, and the Louisiana Department of Health and Hospitals. Jeff's role was primarily client engagement, as well as public relations. When Jeff wasn't working with clients, he was mentoring the next generation of advertising professionals. Jeff relished the opportunity to discuss his industry to students and young executives. In 2015, Jeff was posthumously awarded the E.A. Pete Goolsbee Award by the American Advertising Federation of Baton Rouge. The annual award recognizes an individual who made the greatest contribution to the advertising profession. In addition to mentoring and giving back to students, Jeff also gave back to his community, sitting on boards and organizations whenever the opportunity arose. In 2014, Jeff was the acting chair of the Public Relations Committee of the Rotary Club of Baton Rouge.
Rotary is a group, and our club is 5th largest in the world. It's got like 500 people. And Jeff really fit in with everybody. He would sit at different tables. He was popular to have sit with him. And he spoke to everybody. You know, there was no airs about Jeff whatsoever.
Jeff was the epitome of a people person. He had a knack for converting clients into friends. His untimely death in September of 2014 left a huge void in the Louisiana advertising community, his friends, and his family, especially his wife of 27 years, Lauren.
I think if Jeff knew today that he was getting this award, he'd have two reactions. Number one, I think he'd be quite stunned, frankly. He was just a very self-effacing guy, but I think he'd be deeply honored as well that his peers and the school thought enough of him to consider him.
There's an old adage in our business that says clients don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And Jeff embodied that. He was the consummate professional.
Congratulations to Jeff Wright, the 2016 LSU Manship School of Mass Communication Hall of Fame recipient.